Typically, I like to update my top 5 iPad Mini 6 keyboard cases every year, just being sidetracked lately with projects. Better late than never. Last year had the release of several new keyboard cases, which were actually good. This list is a little bit different, so you know the drill. It's VLD. Let's get started. Number 5 is the Doqo aluminum keyboard case for the iPad Mini 6. This was released only a few months ago and sits number 5 for being the best Magic Keyboard equivalent for the iPad Mini 6. It can be picked up off Amazon for $100 or Doqo's website and use my discount code down below to save 8%. This thing is heavy. It weighs over 500 grams compared to my iPad Mini 6, which is about the same. It is made from aluminum, hence why it is heavy. It does have the best build quality. It is hard to say no to aluminum. There are 4 rubber feet on the bottom inside the case, 4 rubber pads, so the iPad won't scratch on the keyboard case. Aluminum doesn't mix with glass. This type of form factor is not ideal for the Mini 6. Placement of the magnets, it's really not a secure fit. Therefore, the right side will slouch down just a little bit. It's not the best solution. On the right side does have a USB-C port for charging. It does have auto wake and sleep. Once fully open, the iPad can pivot around 40 degrees. The trackpad here is a little bit small. All of the Apple native gestures will work with such a small trackpad. Doing 3 or 4 finger gestures can be a little bit harder than what it should be. The main issue with the iPad Mini 6, there's not really much real estate. Do you want a keyboard case with the best trackpad or a good keyboard with a screen size of 8.3 inches? It is hard to find a hybrid device to really achieve this. 1 and 2 finger gestures will work. Clicking, dragging, highlighting text, scrolling up and down. Navigating is really easy and simple. It does have native pinch to zoom, even in gallery. Any application will work. Photoshop, LumaFusion. The trackpad works quick and snappy, but as stated, kind of small. The keyboard is backlit with a single color of white, 3 levels of brightness. This keyboard has the best execution anyone could really ask for. You have a chiclet style layout with scissor switches, what everybody wants. But here it was done dirty, pleasant to type on. The best typing experience of any keyboard case I have ever owned, but the layout of the keys are jacked up. With such a limiting form factor, Doqo combined tab with Q, caps lock with A. Really throws everything off. Plus the placement of the backspace below the off and on. Half the time I hit the power button thinking it is backspace. Those small changes really make this keyboard hard to get used to, but after a period of time, you know where everything is. Very good to type on. I can easily get 40 to 50 words per minute. It has an excellent build quality, best hybrid device of trackpad and keyboard combo. The premium build quality, a good trackpad, granted a little bit small. The keyboard with scissor switches and chiclet style are hands down the best typing experience, but with it being offset to the left quite a bit more than I'm comfortable with, it sits at number 5 on my list. The 4th one on my list is a classic, the Greenlaw keyboard case. This can be picked up off Amazon for $50. It is made from ABS plastic and rubber. From the last few years, this has been the best keyboard case for a while. Fast forward to today, it still holds up quite well. It reminds me of something Zag would release. The best thing about this device is the hinge. This was the first keyboard case for the Mini 6 that was actually really good. It charges with USB Type-C. It has auto wake and sleep. Once it's opened, the hinge will raise the keyboard just up a little bit for more of a better angled typing experience. It is the little things that really make it stand out. The best feature about this is the tear-off design. The keyboard can be separated from the case, and it has like 5 different modes like a transformer. Typing is really nice and clicky. The keys are not spongy. Granted, it is a keyboard case for the Mini 6. The keys are a little bit bit small, but perfect for quick replies and emails, so it makes this a charm. The build quality is excellent. It has the best design for any keyboard case. Typing on this has always been really good. The price point isn't too expensive at $50. You can pick up the RTAC version for $30, which it is the same exact thing, just a little bit cheaper. Either of these are a really good bargain. The Greenlaw keyboard case sits at number 4 on my list. Number 3 on my list is what I call the premium keyboard case. There are about a dozen different companies that sell this under different names. To keep it simple, I call it the premium keyboard case. Right now, this can be picked up off Amazon anywhere from $50 to $80, just depending on the vendor. This was one of the first keyboard cases with a trackpad for the Mini 6. It does it so well. The trackpad, it offers all of the native Apple gestures. I have reviewed half a dozen other keyboard cases with a trackpad, and those have always been so small. Here, the trackpad alone is about a fourth the size of the keyboard case alone. The build quality is decent. It's just a plastic shell. It's equally as thin as the Mini 6. It's pretty slick. The Mini 6 attaches to it to the keyboard with magnets to hold everything into place. It keeps it pretty securely, unlike the Doqo one. It doesn't jiggle around like number 5. There is another version of this keyboard case. It has no magnets and has rails and teeth on the side to hold it into place. It does charge with USB-C. Like the rest, it has auto wake and sleep. This keyboard case will charge the Apple Pencil with a sleeve on it. The neck can rotate 360 degrees, will turn the Mini 6 into a netbook style laptop. The main selling point about this product is the track. Having the biggest trackpad of the list, it makes it easy to use all the gestures, clicking, selecting text, scrolling with 2 fingers, and don't forget, pinch to zoom is quite easy to use. Multitasking with 3 fingers is easy because the trackpad is so big. The only downside is that this keyboard is just average. It will get the job done. It's not quite as nice to type on like the last 2. It is backlit with 7 different colors of the RGB rainbow with 3 levels of brightness. At the end of the day, anyone who picks up this keyboard case is getting it primarily for the trackpad and the keyboard second. The second one on the list is the F22 Wing keyboard case. It can be picked up off Amazon for around $50. Being the thinnest keyboard case isn't a good thing. It has pros and cons for each. It is almost as thin as a folio case, but because of that, it needs its own special charging cable. Only one is given inside the box, and they are sold separately for $10 each. It attaches with magnets. Because of the design, the case cannot be closed while charging. It's not the ideal solution, but having Type-C would have been perfect, sacrificing utility for thinness. Battery life also takes a hit because it is so thin. Typically, a keyboard case can get about 30 to 40 hours on a single charge. This gets about half of that. It has to be charged more often. This will charge the Apple Pencil with a sleeve on it, so thumbs up. One small issue I've noticed with this product is trying to close the keyboard cover. Sometimes it will get snagged on the corners of the iPad. It's not really a deal breaker, but it can get annoying trying to close it. It has auto wake and sleep. The magnets on the backside are fairly strong. The iPad won't go skating around if dropped. The backside has a hinge on it, which becomes the kickstand is pretty strong. The iPad with the F22 keyboard being so thin, there are no sacrifices with this keyboard. It's quite pleasant to type on, and I can easily get 50 words per minute. The only issue with the keyboard is they crammed 3 sets of characters in the number row. Therefore, it's not the best solution for people who code. This probably would have been number 1 on my list if it had USB Type-C. Being so thin, slap it on the Mini 6, put it in your bag. It really adds no extra bulk to the tablet. It really is the best travel keyboard for the Mini 6. The best keyboard case of 2023 is the QYiiD keyboard case. This can be picked up off Amazon for around $60. This is the true definition of a keyboard case, the blueprint of a really good quality product. If someone looked at this, you would think it is made by Logitech. It offers the best drop protection support. The case is big and thick, but not too bulky. It completely covers every corner of the iPad and then some. It charges with USB Type-C. It has auto wake and sleep. The case can double as a stand, allowing you to position your iPad to the perfect angle for watching movies, reading, or browsing the internet. It offers a tear-off design like the Greenlaw keyboard case. The only drawback is it will not charge the Apple Pencil with a sleeve on it. Sometimes sacrifices are needed for a better cause. The edges of the case stick out enough to be able to grip it without touching the screen. The backside is magnetic. You can stick it to a fridge or a filing cabinet. The keyboard has 7 different colors of backlight with 3 modes of brightness. This is the only keyboard case I can break 60 plus words per minute. That is really good. It is a chiclet style layout with scissor keys. Hands down, this is the best typing experience. I can easily leave my laptop at home and bring my Mini 6, and that's all I really need. Granted, the keys are a little bit cramped, but it's still good enough to overlook that. The keyboard itself is designed for maximum comfort and ease of use. The keys are well spaced out and have a satisfying tactile feedback, making typing a breeze. This really is the gold standard. Choosing the best keyboard case for the Mini 6 isn't that cut and dry. Which one to get? Having the best trackpad, keyboard, build quality, thickness, or form factor. Having such a small screen also makes it hard to design a good quality product, which limits real estate. There are many different options out there, but these 5 are my personal favorite. So, like always, I'm your host, VLD. Stay classy.